close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ngozi if you're new here. Today I'm going to share how to cook jollof rice with just 5 ingredients. If there's a comment I got the most from my previous jollof rice recipe video, apart from the comment that wanted me to cook a smaller version of that jollof rice, which I already did, I'll link that video in the description box for you to see as well. The next most popular comment was, oh, I'd love to try out this recipe, but then you use way too much ingredients. Yes, today I'm cooking jollof rice with just 5 ingredients. My promise to you is you are going to love this recipe. I have tried this before. This is the second time I'm trying it out, so I decided to share with you. You have to try this one out. It is very delicious as well. I have carefully selected all these ingredients here. I'm going to show them to you one after the other as well. So yeah, let's just start cooking. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I mean, what's the matter? Are we quarreling? Please click the red subscribe button, hit the like button, click all notifications so you get all my posts anytime I upload a new video, and it is free. It's not MTN, it's not T-Mobile, it's not AT&T, it's not Globalcom, so they don't charge you monthly subscription. Just click it and it is free. Thank you. So now let's start cooking. So for the list of ingredients, everything in this bowl here is number 1. That is because we cannot cook jollof rice without the stew base. So this is a stew base. I'm going to make it from scratch, and I'm showing you everything I'm going to use to make the stew base. I have red bell pepper, onions, ginger, oil, scotch bonnet pepper, and tinned tomatoes. You need all of these for that vibrant color when it comes to jollof rice. Of course, I didn't add tomatoes because I can do without it for this recipe, and I didn't add garlic because I can do without it in this recipe as well. I have ginger, so this is good. So this is number 1. Second ingredient I have here is goat meat. This is male goat meat. A lot of people find it funny when I say I prefer male goat meat, probably because you think it smells, or I don't consider it smell. In fact, holding it right now, I love the aroma I'm perceiving from this goat meat. Seriously. Now, there are a few reasons why I like goat meat personally. I feel like it gets cooked faster and it is very flavorful as well. I chose it for this 5 ingredient jollof rice because I wanted to infuse that delicious flavor and goodness into this rice, because I'm not going to be using a lot of ingredients. So yes. Number 3 on the list is seasoning cubes. I have 2 seasoning cubes here. If you can find goat meat flavored seasoning cubes, because we're using goat meat, that will even be better. But this is what I have. So this is number 3. Number 4 on the list is Uda Seed, also known as Negro pepper. I'm sure you know this if you're Nigerian. We cook pepper soup with it. I'm going to add this. I'm not going to remove the seed or anything, no. I'm just going to add it like this inside the stew. What this will do is infuse its beautiful aroma into the rice as well, to give it that beautiful aroma. Try it and then come back and testify. And then number 5, which is the last but not the least, is curry powder. This adds a beautiful flavor to your jollof rice. I'm using the Ducros brand, which I consider one of the best. It's not sponsored, but something good must be said. So yeah, curry powder. We also have rice. Of course, you're not expecting me to list rice among the 5 ingredients, Abby. This rice is hosting us, so we're not going to come and give it cheer in its own party. I have 4 cups of long grain parboiled rice here. So yes, this is rice and salt. I'm not going to list salt as well. If we don't add salt to this meal now, what is our gain? After cooking everything, it will just be tasteless. Although I may not use a lot of salt, or I may not even use salt at all because I have seasoning cube, but just in case I need to adjust, I'll add a little bit of salt, just so you know that I'm not counting salt and rice for this recipe. Yes, so yeah, that's it. So now let's begin. So to begin, I'm going to cook the meat. This is clean already. I've cleaned it already, even though I think some of them are a little bit chunky. Look at this one. Maybe I'll just cut this in half. I'll leave the rest so that it's not so small. After this one is bone and fat, I'll cut that fat out so that it's not so small after cooking and grilling or frying. I'm not sure whether I want to grill this or fry it yet, but we'll see. So let me just cut this one. This one is big, so cut it in half, and then I'll remove the fat from this one. I love male goat meat. Love the aroma. So everyone is perfect in size. Like I said, it's washed already, so I'm going to just place it inside my pots. So next I'm going to blend the peppers. They are clean already, so I'm going to cut it open and take out the seed. I'll leave the measurement of everything I'm using today in the description box, so don't worry, I got you. Some people cook jollof rice with only tin tomatoes and some peppers, and it's actually very delicious. Even though I love to add tomatoes, I can do without it for this recipe. These slices I'm reserving is for the end. Towards the end of the recipe, I'll add this, so I'll set it aside. I'll blend together with it. It's a large onion, that's why I'm just using one. This I'll use to cook the meat. I'll cut this in half. I'll blend one here and cook the meat with one as well. So we don't eat a lot of spicy food. I'm going to share this in half. And yeah, add this to the blender. Ooh, my eyes are teary. This is for the meat. Just chop that. Next, I'll add the chopped ginger and onions. Next, I'll add the seasoning cubes. I love this Maggi chicken a lot. But like I said, if you have goat meat flavor or beef flavor, I think that will work best. Next, I'll add some curry powder. Not so much, that's fine. And a little bit of salt. Just a tiny bit. So I'm going to add a bit of water and then cover it so you can start cooking. So to blend this, I'll add a little bit of water and blend. All done. Oof, that's okay. That's why it's a cook with me video. You get to see everything. Next, I'm going to open the tin tomatoes. I'm using this Derica brand, and I really like this brand. I used to use it a lot when I was in Nigeria. I need about 110 grams for this recipe. This is 400 grams. I couldn't find the smaller ones, so I'm just going to take a little from this and then put the rest in a Ziploc and save in my freezer. Once you open your tin tomatoes, it's not safe to, you know, leave the tomatoes in there. Once you open it like this and you don't finish it, make sure you scoop it out of the container and store in a freezer. So I'm not going to measure. I'm going to measure with my eyes. Okay. So you can see the tomatoes. Okay, I'm sure you can see it now. It's a little bit dark. So this is 110 grams. Okay. So I'll put it in the freezer. So yes, I'm going to set this aside for later. Another question I get all the time is, can I cook jollof rice without tomato paste? The answer is yes, you can, but the tomato paste also plays a very important role. That is what will give it that popping red color. So yes, I personally like to add it to my jollof rice, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Just use more red bell peppers. Okay, so let's check on the goat meat. You see, the water is drying up already, but the goat meat is not cooked. So I'll add more water. And you know we need stock for the jollof rice as well. So add more water. You guys, I tasted this stock and wow. Delicious. So cover now so it can cook through. In another 20 minutes it should be done. So while the meat is cooking, I'm going to fry the stew base now. I'll add the oil. To add the tomato paste. And then just fry it for about 7 minutes to get rid of the tangy taste. Just look at that color. Popping. Popping, popping, popping. So you want to keep stirring this consistently so it does not burn. And you know it's ready when you taste and it starts tasting sweet. You will also see it start to separate from each other like so. So at this point I'm going to add the blended peppers. So I'm going to stir this around and then just let it start to fry on medium heat. Beautiful color. So meanwhile, I'm going to check on the meat again. And I think it is cooked at this point. Yes. Let me see. Perfect. Even the skin, see how soft it is. Amazing. Look at that. So this is why I prefer to use male goat meats. They are not as stubborn as the female ones. Turn off the heat. So I'm going to scoop it out. I've decided I'm going to fry it. Yes. I'll fry it just a little bit. So this is our goat meat. So with this meat stock, oh, I have one piece of meat in there. I didn't even see it. Okay. So I'm going to save this meat stock. I'm going to sieve it anyway. So sieve this to get rid of the tiny particles. Look at that bone. This is going to be our delicious meat stock. So at this point, I'm going to add the Uda seed so it can, you know, draw out all the flavor from it as well. So give it a quick stir. Then cover so it can continue simmering. On this other hand, I'm going to start frying the goat meat. You can grill this in the oven like I said, but I'm in the mood to fry it today, so I'm going to fry. That's fine. Once the oil heats up, I'm going to now fry the goat meat. Let's see how this one is doing. Whoa. So you can see some oil has started seeping to the top. It's not a lot because I didn't use a lot of oil, so I'm going to fry a little bit more until all the oil flows to the top. You guys, no seasoning cube, no salt, no nothing. The aroma of this Uda seed is just coming through, and somehow it's just delicious. Let me stop talking. I don't want this goat meat to brown too much, so I don't want it dry rather. So I'm going to turn it now to make sure everywhere is evenly brown. Delicious. Look at that piece of meat. So I think it's brown enough to my satisfaction, so I'm going to scoop it into a paper towel. Who that? Who that? Oh my goodness. Do you want? You want some? You want some? Oh yeah, take one. Take one. One, oh, so it will go around. Don't take more than one, okay? So take this down. What I do with hot oil like this anytime I finish frying anything, especially when it is still hot like this, is I put it inside my oven and leave it there. My oven is somewhere my kids never go, so I'm sure that they will not go and pour hot oil on themselves there. So next I'm going to wash the rice. So what I do with the rice is I wash it with hot water and salt until the water runs clear. So once the water runs clear like this, what I'll do next is soak it in hot water for about 5 minutes. I'll be back in 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, just going to give it a stir like this and drain. And this is our rice looking parboiled. So now I'll check on the stew. Okay, so it's burning a little bit, but it's okay. See, almost all the oil have floated to the top. So now I'm going to scoop out some tomatoes. I'll add it later. Add the washed rice. Now add the meat stock and stir. So when it comes to water, you want everything to be at the same level with the rice. So I'm going to add a little bit more water. Delicious. I'm going to add a little bit more salt, about a teaspoon. So I'm going to cover it now and let it simmer on medium-low heat. I'll check back in about 10 minutes. So 10 minutes later, woo, look at that color. This color is actually very good, but I'm going to add a little bit more of the one I set aside. I won't add everything because it's going to be too much. Cover this with foil. What the foil is going to do is trap the heat in there so that the steam can cook the rice. Still on medium-low heat. let it continue to cook. So time to check on the rice. Look at that color. So stir everything together. Look at our rice. So delicious. If I was not strict on the 5 ingredient thing, I would have added butter at this point. Butter just transforms party jollof rice. For me, oh, I love it. But this is what we have. At this point, we are now going to take out the Uda seed. It has done its job there. So this is what we have. You guys, please try out this recipe and let me know what you think. The rice is perfectly done as well at this point. So remember that onions that I set aside. I'm going to now put it inside and stir. So once I stir that in, I'm just going to cover it now and let it simmer for another 2 minutes. It's been 2 minutes. At this point, this rice is ready. There's nothing to be done again. The flavor of that onions. So I turn off the heat and c'est fini. And there you have it, 5 ingredient jollof rice. Adding the goat meat now. So yes, that's it for this recipe. I hope you guys enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed filming this. I really enjoyed filming this video. My family enjoyed this meal as well. Please try out this recipe. Send me pictures on Instagram at The Joyful Cook. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.